Hey there, it's John from Excel Campus, and in this video I'm going to share 3 ways to fill down blank cells in Excel. So this is a great question from Doug, a member of our Elevate Excel training program, and he has some data that looks like this. And as you can see in column B here, we have a company name and then a lot of blank cells below it. And we want to fill down or copy down this company name into all the blank cells below, and do that for each occurrence of a company name. Now, of course, with Excel, we could select this cell here that contains a value and double click the fill handle to fill down all the blank cells below, then select this cell and double click the fill handle as well. But in this case here, there are over 600 different company names. So that would take us a long time, and we want to find some faster ways to go about this. So in this video, we're going to look at 3 different techniques, first using a formula, then Power Query, and then a macro. And I'm first going to explain each technique, and then at the end of the video, I'll share the pros and cons of each technique and when to use them. So we'll first take a look at how to use a formula to fill down. This is a great technique that every Excel user should know. So here we have our data, and we're first going to select all of these cells in the column, including the blank cells. So we'll start here with our first company name, and then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the used range. I'll hold the Shift key on the keyboard and then select the last blank cell here. Now, of course, there's many shortcuts for this selection as well. And if your data is in an Excel table, you can use the Control Space shortcut to select the entire column. So now that we have all of these cells selected, we're going to go to the Go to Special menu and select the blank cells. So on the Home tab of the ribbon here, we're going to go to Find and Select, and then choose Go to Special. You can also use the keyboard shortcut F5 or Control G to open the Go to menu and then press the Special button there. And the Go to Special menu allows us to select different types of cells. So in this case, we want to select blanks. So we're going to select blanks here, and then we'll click OK. And as you can see, that's selected all of the blank cells from the selection that I originally had. And now we're just going to type a very simple formula. So don't select any cells or anything here, just type the equals key, and that will start our formula right here. And we're going to select or make reference to the cell above. So our formula is equals B2. And now that we have that formula, that's all we need, we're going to hold down the Control key on the keyboard and then hit Enter. So Control Enter will also fill that formula down to all of the selected cells. So as you can see now, our formula has been filled down, and we have the same formula here in all of the blank cells, or what the cells that were originally blank, equals B3, this one's equals B4. So it's always referencing the cell above. Then when we go down to where the company name switches, of course this is a hard-coded value, but this formula here again is just going to reference that cell above, because we've created a formula that's always referencing the cell above with that relative reference. So at this point here, once you have your formulas, if you're going to be sorting this data, then it's a good idea to copy and paste values over this entire column, because if we sort this here, the formulas could get out of order and reference different cells above. So we want to copy paste values. So we can select the first cell in the column here. We can use Control Shift down arrow to select all the cells in the column, and then we can right click copy or Control C and then right click paste values, or whichever keyboard shortcut you use to paste values. I do have a separate video on different ways to paste values. So now that we have our values here, we essentially have all of our values filled down. These are all hard-coded values, and nothing will change when we sort the data. So next we'll take a look at how to use Power Query to fill down. On this sheet here, I have the same data, but I have it in an Excel table. And we'll select any cell inside the table, go to the Data or Power Query tab in the ribbon, and then we're going to choose From Table or Range. And that's going to open up the query editor and show a preview of our data. And the fill down process in Power Query is very easy. There's actually a function for this. So as we can see here in our company name column, again, we have the values here. And then in the cells where it says null, this just means a blank cell in Power Query. And we can actually just right click on this column here, and then there's an option for fill, and we can choose down. And when we select that, Power Query is going to do the fill down. It goes through the entire column and fills down the values in all the blank cells. And then when it finds another value, it fills down all the blank cells below that. So essentially it's done all the work there for us with the click of a button. You can also use fill down on multiple columns. So I can delete my fill down step here. I can select multiple columns. I can hold the shift key here. The order date can also be filled down, and I can just right click on either of the columns, again fill and then down, and it's going to fill down both columns. So this can save us a lot of time. Then once we're done with our transformations, of course on the home tab here, we'll click the close and load button. That's going to add a new sheet to our workbook with the outputted results. So if you're not familiar with Power Query yet, I do have a separate video that explains it in more detail. I also have a free webinar going on right now that explains Power Query and all of the modern Power tools, including Power Pivot and macros in VBA. And I'll put a link to both of those in the description below this video. So next we'll take a look at how to use a macro to fill down. So I have the same data set here. I'm going to open the VB editor. We'll go to the Developer tab, click the Visual Basic button. Keyboard shortcut is Alt F11. From the VB editor here, I'm going to insert a new code module. And here we're going to add a macro. So we'll just call this fill down blanks, something like that. And with this macro, we're going to loop through all the cells in the selection. So the selection of cells that we make or the range that we select. We'll loop through all of those cells and fill down the blank cells. So the first thing we'll need is a variable. So I'm going to declare C as a range object here. And then we're going to write our for next loop. So we're going to say for each C, that is our variable that is a range or a cell, for each C in selection.cells, so all the cells we select. And then we're going to close the loop with the next C. And then here we just need an if statement to evaluate if the current cell in the loop is blank. So we're going to say if C.value equals blank, and for blank we can just put 2 quotation marks. If it is blank, then we'll use C.fillDown. The fill down method will copy the value from the cell above. So we'll say okay there, and if, and really that's our entire macro there that's going to loop through all the selected cells and copy the value down from the cell above if the cell is blank. So let's jump back over to Excel and we'll test this out. And we can do this on the selection, the selected range. So we could select the entire column here, or we could just test it out by selecting a few areas here with the blank cells. To run the macro, we can jump back to the VB editor, or from the Developer tab here, we can use the macros button, keyboard shortcut Alt F8. And then when we look at macros in this workbook, we have our macro here, and we can just click run, and that will run the macro. And as you can see here, it's filled down to all of the cells, all the blank cells below. And again, you can use this on any range. So if you wanted to go over here and select these and do a fill down here as well, you can then run the macro and it'll run on any selected cells that you currently have on the computer. You can also add the macro to your personal macro workbook. I've done that. And then on my Macros custom ribbon tab up here, I've added a button here for fill down. So it'll run the macro. I can just click that. And again, it'll run the macro on any worksheet in any workbook I have open. I have a whole nother video series that explains the personal macro workbook and creating these custom ribbon tabs in more detail. And I'll put a link to that in the description below this video. So that's 3 ways to fill down in Excel. I do briefly want to cover the pros and cons of each of these methods. So with the method with the formulas, the advantage there is it's relatively easy to implement, and you can implement it anywhere in any workbook without having to use a macro or using Power Query. As we saw with Power Query, it's a great solution to do the fill down. One of the disadvantages here is you're setting up a process where you have some source data and then the output is going to be a separate table. So this is our source here, and then Power Query outputs a separate table. So if you just wanted to do the fill down in place and not have this separate output table and really create this automated data process, data cleansing and importing process, then Power Query might be kind of overkill for some scenarios. If you are setting up more of an automated process where you want to cleanse data every week or every month or whatever it is, Power Query is a great solution. With VBA, as we saw, the advantage is it's very easy to use. We can turn this into a one-click solution with creating a macro button up in the ribbon, just selecting a range in any worksheet, any workbook, and then clicking that button to run the macro. The disadvantage with VBA is you will not be able to undo your action here. So you will want to save a backup copy or create a copy of the sheet first before you run the macro in case you make a mistake or select the wrong range or something like that. And then of course you can undo or go back to a revision in order to restore your data. So I hope this helps you. If you want to learn more about Power Query, I do have a free webinar going on right now that covers Power Query and all of the modern Excel power tools like Power Pivot, Power BI, even macros and VBA and pivot tables. And I'll put a link to that in the description below this video. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.